So I want to get into some reactions to the Amazon labor union. This was a pretty silly reaction that I saw. Now, again, for those of you that don't know, the Amazon labor union successfully unionized the first Amazon stores in the country in New York City. And again, historic for socialism, historic for workers' rights, historic for people's rights, just in general in American history, world history, etc. And so let's look at some reactions by, I wouldn't say this guy's an owner, but this guy definitely works on behalf of the owners. This guy, his job, his career is to benefit the owners. So anyway, this is Jim Cramer just absolutely not having a good time.
Scale.
Well, we know that the union work rules are what everything is about. It's the same case with Starbucks, too. If you can't tell your employees when they work, then you're really not able to have much of an ability to be able to move product or move coffee. And I think that the unions will be in charge of time that you need to work. And that would be dreadful very dreadful for Andy Jassy.
And that's just a U.S. picture.
It looks like he's kind of having like a meltdown. Like, I'm not quite sure what's going on here, but he looks like he's on drugs, like I don't know.
For Andy Jassy.
And that's just a U.S. picture, right?
Yeah.
They got Europe to think about as well.
Look, one of the problems was, Starbucks does indeed have unionized places in the ones that they franchise, but if you can't control the work rules, no one wants to work certain shifts. So you can just say, listen, I'm not going to work that shift. And Amazon would not be able to say, yes, you must work it. So that's what at stake with union is time that you have to work.
Our thanks to Dee. We're going to watch developments in New York
We have more on
and
the
Alabama.
tech check.
So again, what? Like, but this is like, again, there's no way to spin it. Like, these people are broken. Like, they don't know what to say. Their arguments make no sense. They're broken. Like, they're off script, right? They don't know what they're talking about. They're just saying words, and they're just hoping for the best. Like, they're just hoping that you kind of just believe what they're saying without really... So, okay. Amazon, their company's going to fall apart because they can't tell their workers to work. But what? Like, how does that make any sense? So the union means everyone's going to quit, and then Amazon just disappears off the face of the earth? Because that's what it sounds like he's saying. So Starbucks unionized, and then everyone said, yeah, we don't want to work, except you can't fire us because we're a union, and so now the store's shut down? No, wait, actually the store's still there, they're still working, it's just that they have more rights, and they're able to say, oh, actually, we shouldn't be working 80-hour fucking weeks without overtime pay. We shouldn't, et cetera, et cetera. So, we can't have someone do a shift. How about you think about that ahead of time? Like, I don't know, it's just strange. Like, this is again, these people are not the owners, but they work on behalf of the owners. They're trying to carry the water of the owners of this country, and they don't even have talking points. They don't even know what they're doing. Also, it's important to understand, Amazon announced that it's going to be trying to sue the National Labor Relations Board. What the fuck? They just don't know. They're off script. They never thought it would happen. And that's what's crazy, is that they're blindsided by this. Right? Like, we all have access to the same information. We all know that unions in this country have been getting more and more powerful. Right? But they're just trying to pretend it's not happening. They're trying to downplay it at every turn. And it's important to understand that they're in shock. Again, this is a monumental moment. It's just fun to watch people react to it. It's very interesting. I don't know, it's just very interesting. Because there is no, on the logical end of things, there is no rational, logical argument against unions. So to see people try, it's 2 plus 2 equals 5, right? That's one way to put it. But imagine if you wrote out 15 fucking algebraic equations and then throw it to a calculus vortex and then to explain how 2 plus 2 actually does equal 5. That's basically what they're trying to do. It's working back from the incorrect conclusion and just throwing a bunch of bullshit at and see eventually if people tune out and just say, I guess so. But people actually listen to that shit.